Let's go with Scott Kreckman's question. He says, my question pertains to strategically sitting down in a kilt. I speak at a monthly meeting where I'm usually on a stage. I want to wear my kilt, but also don't want to flash anyone. Is there a way to strategically sit down comfortably without showing the world ... everything?
Yes, exactly. You can't rewrite the laws of physics and geometry and angles. So if you are sitting, if we were sitting up here and the kilt was at this level, there's a reason why. The camera angle is where it is, and it cuts off right around the knee, unless Ian tries to show you his socks. So it's, yes, you do have to deal with physics and geometry and angles and where people are, where their eyeballs align. What I would say is this: the best thing to do for sitting down when you have a kilt that I do, no matter where I'm going, is when you have a sporran on and you back up to the chair, back up to it, bend your knees so that you're standing in front of the chair, and kind of in one fell swoop, you are bending your knees with your back straight. You're pushing back against the chair so your pleats just kind of drape on the chair and they're not getting bunched up. At the same time, I have my hand on my sporran, pushing it down between my legs as I'm sitting down, and then you man spread a bit so that the sporran falls between your legs and you're pushing the apron down. If your aprons are a bit taut, what you can actually do is pull the under apron over a little bit so it's not wrapping around this side of this leg and kind of falls a little bit more between the legs to maintain a little bit more modesty. That would be my tips for you.
Yeah, I would say you can't go a middle road. You either need to be, knees tight, really close together,
which is not comfortable,
and not particularly great look, or like you say, man spread a bit and push down.
Yeah,
sure.
Not so much that you're encroaching upon your neighbors, but just move your legs a little bit. Hopefully, you have a little bit of room, especially if you're on stage. You probably have plenty of room.
And now I know this is blasphemy to some of you, but in this scenario, maybe consider some underwear.
No, absolutely. The underwear thing, to me it's blown out of proportion. It's a fun bit of shtick, but especially if you're going to grandmom's house and you're sitting on a low couch, you don't want her viewing the twig and berries. So wear a pair of dark underwear. If you're going to be high on a stage or on a low couch or something like that, it's not as big of a thing as you think.
Especially
Frankly,
if you you're going to be on that stage.
Yes, the only person that it matters what you're wearing under your clothing should be you.
Unless you're showing everybody.
Yes, and you don't want to, if you're performing on a stage or giving a speech or whatever, and there's other performers, assuming that you're sitting down so somebody else is going up and doing something, you don't want to be the distraction where everyone in the audience is like, hey, you see that dude? You don't want all of those things. I'm going to start scatting too now. So anyway, yes, you don't want to be that guy. I know you don't want to be the guy. That's why you're asking the question. Now, the other point I will say is the type of chair. If you have an option for what type of chair they are providing you on stage, you could do a stool. So where you're leaning more, you're not fully seated in the chair with your knees at 90 degrees, but you're kind of, like
tilted back.
Yeah, you're on a stool, kind of sitting up, and your cheeks are on there, so to speak, but your thighs are still pointing down towards the ground. Yeah. There's a lot less likelihood of that happening. So that would be another good
depending on how close people are to that stage.
Yes, true, but it's better than woohoo! Look at me.
Yeah, I guess my response to this is, again, to answer your question with a question. You said this is a monthly event. Do you have any power in whatever this organization is, or are you a guest at this event repeatedly? Like, do you have the ability to change the setup on stage?
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at. If you're a guest and you sit where they tell you to sit, then yeah, you got to come up with some of these strategies. But if you have the power to say, hey, let's reorganize our whole stage situation, maybe consider having kind of like a little bar you can stand at off to the side, you and the 3 people that are waiting to speak. And that's more of a standing kind of a situation if that's not too cumbersome or too difficult to plan for the event.
You put it in your rider.
Yeah.
You need like a 6-pack of Guinness, Jelly Belly jelly beans.
Only blue ones.
Only blue ones. Blue jelly beans or M&Ms? You're thinking M&Ms.
I'm thinking of M&Ms, but I was trying to...
That's kind of creepy, sure.
Creepy?
Do they make blue? I guess
There's got to be a blueberry jelly bean.
Yeah, probably.
Especially Jelly Belly. That's
way
like
off
a jillion
topic.
flavors.
And then the third thing, stool on stage.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. So we described how you sit down in a kilt to maintain your modesty. What other kind of daily life hacks do you have when you're wearing a kilt? Let us know in the comments. To check out our video on how to sit down in a car with a bath towel, check out this video. Do we have a video on that? We have a video on that, so you can check that out there. To check out another playlist of all of our crazy shenanigans, check out this playlist down here.